Hi, I'm Lisa, and this is my discourse on knives. Kitchen knives, that is. I don't talk about other kinds. I love to cook, and a cook's best friend is a really, really good knife. Now, I have purchased a set of nice knives. These are Pampered Chef, but I'm not going to solicit any type of knives. If you can get a good knife at any store, it's fine. This just happened to be that one. So if you see the brand, it's not that I'm very particular to this, it's just that's where I found these knives. Knives, when you go to the kitchen supply store, a knife will run anywhere from $2 to $3 up to over $100. And sometimes it's really confusing when you're seeing them on the shelf to know what's the difference between these knives, except for the horrendous price. And the one word I have for you is steel. A more expensive knife typically has much higher quality steel. Once you've used a really high quality knife, you'll never want to go back. They are sharper to begin with, they last longer, they have more heft to them, which means that they pull themselves through the food instead of you forcing it through the food. So that means that you're going to find fewer injuries, actually, even with a sharper knife, and they'll last longer. Oftentimes, also, they'll come with a warranty. If you can find a warranty, then that's a really, really good thing, because if they cover sharpenings, you've earned your weight in gold. A good knife, you want to look for something that's forged, which means that it's built from one piece of steel from the tip to the end. Now this has a handle, obviously, which most will, but the way you can tell if it's forged or if it's not forged is that right here at this part of the knife you will see either a solid piece like this, or you'll see brackets, two little dots. Now this one is forged. You want the forged because it won't break. A knife that's been stapled together with brackets in the handle could potentially just pop right off. And it's better if you're cutting through food if your knife doesn't fall apart on you. Another thing that you want is that you want to be able to hold the knife without your knuckles hitting the cutting board. That's really important. If your knife is skinny, you're going to bang your knuckles on the cutting board, which isn't very comfortable. Another thing you want to look for is a good handle, because that's where you're going to be holding on. So most knives are built very, very similarly. So, you know, you find the style that you like. If you like red ones, get red ones, or, you know, whatever your fancy is. But I would recommend, if you're going to buy a knife, go ahead, save up your money and buy a good kitchen knife. Don't buy the cheap ones, because those ones, like I said, are not going to be worth it. You'll have to sharpen them a lot more, and eventually they'll just wear out. They might even rust, and they could fall apart on you. They could break. It's just not a good thing to have in your kitchen when you're trying to cook. So if you're serious about cooking, get yourself a good high quality knife.